There are two main reasons why Vietnamese people can't say consonant clusters with the k and s well in English. The first reason stems from the fact that in the Vietnamese language, there's always a vowel after a consonant. But in English, we have a lot of words where consonants come one after the other without a single vowel between them. Like in the word school, which begins with two consonants, or asks, which ends in three consonants. So to a Vietnamese speaker, it feels strange to say two or more consonants together. So they simply say only one and forget the others. In addition, not pronouncing final consonants is already a big problem for Vietnamese people speaking English. And this problem only gets worse when there are more consonants at the end of a word. We covered final consonants extensively in episode 9. So if you need any help on this topic, you can find the detailed instructions in that video lesson. The second reason is that the tongue of most Vietnamese people cannot move fast enough to change quickly between the s and the k sounds. The s sound is made at the front of the mouth, while the k is made at the back of the mouth. And Vietnamese speakers of English often cannot control their tongue precisely enough to make it quickly travel the full distance from front to back, and they can't say the s and k sounds clearly. So the result is an incorrect English pronunciation that foreigners find very difficult to understand. If you want to speak accurate English, you need to train your tongue to make it stronger and better controlled, so you are able to move it quickly into the necessary positions and make the correct English sounds. There are two basic sounds in the consonant clusters of today's lesson: s and k. The s in these consonant clusters is a strong sound, and it is longer than the k. It is made at the front of the mouth, with the lips pulled slightly and the tongue flat. S. It is very important to point out that you have to say a s sound, not a sh sound. Please don't confuse the two. S, sh, s, sh. If you have a problem with the s sound or can't quite distinguish it from the sh sound, then please watch episode 1, where you will find detailed instructions and practice exercises. The k in these clusters is a weaker sound, and it is shorter than the s. It is made at the back of the mouth by pulling your tongue back. There is a total of 6 combinations of consonant clusters with the s and k sounds. The two basic combinations are sk and ks. If you master these two, you will be able to say the other combinations easily. The other combinations are sks, skt, ks, and